Hey there and welcome. My name is Pete and this is channel update number 75. Once again, the year is already almost halfway over, so let's talk a bit about June and the current status of Pete Complete. As you know, the last few weeks have been a little bit troubling for me, but as far as I can tell, I am on a healthy trajectory, if you will, and I am confident that none of what I had to endure lately is anything serious or long-lasting. Still, it forced me to take a bit of a time out from the channel, and unfortunately that was not without consequences. In particular, the only recently launched XCOM 2 series has suffered a bit, and I am actually somewhat afraid that the unfortunate timing of all this took a lot of wind out of that series' sails, which is again particularly frustrating as the series was just launched 4 episodes ago. To illustrate that, I want to bring back some stats, although this time not from the previous month, but instead of those first 4 episodes. What you can see here are the view numbers of each episode over the first 48 hours after release. And while you can see an overall downwards trend that is absolutely normal for serial content, the drop-off from episode 3 to episode 4 is definitely noteworthy and much steeper than one would expect after only looking at the first 3 videos. I think this is a good way to illustrate what happens if for some reason you need to step away from YouTube for a while, as the downwards trend will of course continue from here. Again, new episodes in a series only very rarely bring in more views than a previous episode. In other words, sudden drops like this only accelerate what is already an unstoppable process and cannot really be salvaged by better performance in the future. What that means is that this drop-off will very likely be priced in for the rest of the series, again a series that has only just begun. Under normal circumstances, we would of course have reached this level sooner or later, but perhaps around episode 7 or 8, not episode 4. Instead, episodes 7 and 8 will now be even lower, and so on and so forth. I think you get the idea. This is unfortunately the reality of serial content on YouTube and probably part of the reason why many large content creators have moved over to more one-off videos, something that I never really found works too well for this channel. And while I am of course very happy to read comments from all of you saying that you are willing to wait for me, the simple fact of the matter is that YouTube just does not care about that. The algorithm rewards consistency above almost all else, and if you cannot deliver that, then you are for the most part out of luck. Actually, I would not be surprised in the slightest if some of the very same people telling me that they are willing to wait as long as it takes did not even get the latest XCOM episode displayed on their YouTube homepage. The system simply does not work like that. Now, please don't misunderstand all of this. This is not so much complaining as it is just giving you a look behind the scenes, albeit a somewhat frustrating one. Still, after more than 6 years on YouTube, I know what I'm in for, and I know that you either play by these rules or better just don't play at all. And despite what I just said a few seconds ago, in moments like these I am very thankful to have such a loyal community, because who knows how steep that drop-off would have been otherwise. I am also very thankful to all of you who support me over on Patreon, although I am admittedly feeling a bit bad about leaving you with so little content lately. I promise things will get better though, but perhaps one small step at a time. While I went through many doctors who all confirmed that I am perfectly healthy, I also don't want to overwork myself trying to catch up on lost time. I feel like that can only be the recipe for yet another disaster. Still, I am very much motivated to get all of our series rolling again. The first half of the next RimWorld episode that I just recorded yesterday certainly promises an interesting continuation of our swamp adventure, and with Mass Effect's Omega DLC also still waiting for us, I think I have my work cut out for me. And since that is the case, let's slowly wrap things up for today, although not before we haven't given a big shout out to all the new Patreon supporters who have joined the channel recently. And because I messed up in the last channel update video and already shouted out the people who joined in May, today we finally get to the April folks. So as always, in no particular order, I want to say thank you to JD, Joshua McClintock, Charlie Edwards, Kate, Noah, Mario Frick, Lawless, Orczilla, Cherry and Bronze, Albedo, Abyssal Soul, Pat Stone, Alex Cardwell, Cthulhu, Greedish Doyo, Mikey the Wolf, Justice Petra, Cat on Crack, and Synax. I hope I pronounced all of your names correctly, but above all, thank you all so much for your support. And I think that's it for today, so again, please don't take all of this as complaining. I just wanted to provide you guys with some insights. If you enjoyed that, I would be very happy if you could leave a thumbs up, and if you like what I'm doing and want to support me and my channel further, then you can of course go ahead and subscribe to stay up to date, grab some merch over on shop.petecomplete.com, or check out and maybe even pledge to the Pete Complete Patreon as well. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.